Ellie Roscher approached me about penning this forward, I was both personally humbled and professionally thrilled to see how brilliantly these behavioral constructs, about which I am so passionate, have been interwoven with fresh, exciting perspectives. I have had the pleasure of working alongside Heidi within the virtual walls of the behavior change company Noom for several years, and am so pleased to see her areas of expertise collide in partnership with Ellie's in such a beautiful piece. I have often found myself wondering how some people manage to harness and focus their energy in multiple directions with such grace. And now that I've read this book, I understand. Heidi and Ellie do so, one tiny thing at a time. I am delighted to introduce to you 12 Tiny Things, Simple Ways to Live a More Intentional Life. It is a valuable resource for anyone and everyone, yet can be as uniquely yours as your life's journey. I hope it brings as much joy, understanding, and possibility to you as it has to me. Dr. Andreas Michaelides, Chief of Psychology at Noom Incorporated. April 2020, New York, New York. Preface. The deep roots never doubt spring will come. Marty Rubin. Heidi. When we started developing a book that focuses on identifying the tiny things that help a person thrive and stay grounded, I had a stable, full-time job with great benefits. Life was good. Things felt pretty easy most of the time. And adding a writing project to the mix was just the icing on the cake. Ellie and I started throwing ideas around, made an outline, had some meetings, and the project started to take shape. Then the bottom seemed to drop out of my life. After almost 10 years at the same company, I was laid off unexpectedly. As my family's primary source of income, this was a major problem. At the same time, the issues of racism, climate change denial, misogyny, and homophobia were increasingly in the spotlight every day. It threw me off. My foundation felt cracked. I didn't have a job. The country was shifting. I wondered if I could write a book about tiny things. My life felt like too much of a mess to offer any sort of guidance. How could I muse over ideas and debate commas when I had to find new affordable health insurance and decide whether to sell the house or not? It felt self-indulgent to spend time thinking about tiny things. There were bigger problems to solve in my own life, not to mention in the world at large. How could a few tiny things even matter? Despite nagging doubts, I joined Ellie in practicing daily tiny things. And as it turned out, focusing attention on tiny but intentional practices really helped me to weather the storm. These tiny practices became essential self-care. They were grounding. Exploring to the roots of things like home, food, and work helped me to process and claim what actually mattered. Tiny things have become my cornerstone. They bring stability and peace. Finding the little practices that worked kept me rooted in the good stuff and moving in a direction that generates more life. Claiming, honing, and practicing what I value helped me stay true to what my soul was asking for. In a time of unease, I found it possible to stand, rooted in soul, and shining light into the world. Regardless of how the ground feels underneath your feet, trust that there are roots there to tend. Deep in the earth, they know more life is on the way. They know spring will come, rising from the dirt, with all its color and vibrancy. By trying on one tiny thing at a time, you can slowly, deliberately, and playfully remember who you are. You can nourish